Alright, here we have the three main pieces of the strong-made 2012 Honda Foreman receiver hitch. This hitch features a 2-inch receiver here, a bracket that bolts to the original trailer hitch, and this little arm here that actually bolts to the rear shock tower, or correction, the rear shock bolt. This is the hardware that's included with the Honda Foreman receiver hitch kit. It includes a 10mm by 70mm bolt, two 5/16 bolts, 1 inch and a quarter, the other 1 inch, two lock nuts for it, a spacer, a 5/16 small washer, three 5/16 larger washers, and 5 3/8 washers. This is the rear hitch that we're going to be replacing. These two bolts need to be removed. These bolts are going to take 14mm. Now we're going to be reusing these bolts, so don't let them get too far away on you. There's a bolt here and a knot on the bottom. Pretty straightforward. Remove them, and the hitch goes away just like that. Next, I'll remove the lower shock mount bolt, which will be replaced by the 70mm 10mm bolt included in the kit. If you notice, I've got a jack under here. I've already taken the pressure off the shock. Hopefully relieving most of the tension there. Understand this shock is still under a little pressure here. Now we're going to take our replacement 10mm bolt, a washer, a reinforcement arm assembly thing here, and the spacer in this order, and replace the lower shock bolt. Just like so. We'll flip this up out of the way because we don't need to see that right now. Not going to need to use that right now. And we'll snug up our nut that we used earlier. We're going to loosen and remove both of these nuts. These differential to the housing nuts. One nut. And the second one's off. We're supposed to add 2 washers to each side of this. Guessing to make a spacer of such. Shim it out so it's even with there. Alright, I'm going to flip this little piece that we mounted on earlier there. I'm going to attach the main housing to the hitch here, the actual receiver portion, and start these nuts on it. Now I'm going to take this part here, fit it between the little arm we mounted earlier and the receiver, and I'm going to run the original trailer hitch bolts up through. And tighten them down. Now before you tighten this one down, you're going to want to get this bolt in here, snug it back up to the differential. I believe the service manual says to tighten this to 47 foot-pounds of torque. I'm going to remove my extension, just use a regular 14mm. Just like that. And now we're going to drop our bolts in from the top up here. This is the 5/16 by 1 inch bolt. That's going to go right here. And our 5/16 by 1 1/4. And we're going to put our lock nuts on there. Now we're left with two washers here. We've got a 5/16 large washer and a 5/16 small washer. The large washer is going to go in the front here. We'll get this started. And the smaller one in the back here. And we'll snug them up. using our 13 millimeter. And we'll snug our front one up here just the same. And now we'll snug up the remaining bolts we left loose. The new bolt we put in is 17 millimeter. It's got a 17 millimeter head. The nut on the bottom still 14 millimeter. And we'll tighten our hitch bolts up here. And then we'll go into the other side. And we'll snug up these top bolts. They don't make this very easy. You gotta be careful you don't put a wrench in there, you may trap it in there behind the bolt. So I'm using the open end portion. And we should have no issue with this one, so we can use the closed end. And that concludes our install of the strong-made 2-inch receiver hitch for the 2012 Honda Foreman. I believe their model is RH115. Thanks for watching.